You're welcome back. Call us on this number 0808 054 2233. That's 0808 054 2233 and ask your questions about heart disease. You said layman just before we left. A layman calls it a heart attack.
Yeah, it's also acceptable in the medical. I mean, if I say myocardial infarction, you may not know what it is.
I didn't know it was myocardial infarction you were referring to. We accept that we are lay people. Okay, now, since sometimes this can be sudden, and we've heard a lot of, people just are in a meeting or are running, slump and die. Is there a way to make sure a person doesn't get to this point?
Right, that's where the preventive aspect of cardiology comes in. And that's where prevention actually comes in. And of course, there's this added prevention is, better than cure. And it's also cheaper than cure. What to do, lifestyle modification. All right. Now, every one of us, we have particular lifestyles. All right. We can modify it if we have what we call risky lifestyle. All right. For example, living a sedentary lifestyle. Okay, I moved from my AC house to the AC car. I'm being driven, and then I just park by the elevator. Entrance to my office, and then takes the elevator. No form of physical exertion at all.
We're going to go to the next one shortly, but there's a call coming in. Hello.
All right.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Steve.
Steve, can we have your question, Steve?
Yes, I'm actually having the same symptoms the doctor just talked about now.
Chest symptoms. Go on, we can hear you.
Yes, once in a while, I do have this sharp pain by the right side of my chest. And I wonder what could be responsible.
Okay, might I ask how old you are? Don't worry, we can't see you.
Though I've been to the hospital some time ago, they told me that I should go and do a chest X-ray, which I did.
Okay, I'm going to hand you over to the doctor now. Perhaps he will want to know a few things. He said right side. That's different from what you were talking about.
Right, yeah. Right-sided pain, more often than not, is not likely to be heart-related chest pain. Okay, central or left-sided.
Not right. Right is something different.
Not right. Except if the patient has what we call dextrocardia, if the heart is on the left, or is on the right.
The heart on the right?
Yeah, that can happen. That's a congenital problem. Let's not go into that.
Okay, we won't. Yeah. But I've never heard this before.
Yeah, the heart can be on the right. If the patient's heart is on the right, that's already a problem on its own. Okay, the patient can have that.
Okay, what would you advise Steve to do?
Let me just say this to the caller, that the commonest cause of chest pain actually is musculoskeletal. That's muscle pain.
Muscles?
Yeah.
And skeleton?
Yeah, musculoskeletal, the muscles, and then, we have rib cage, we have the ribs.
So does it have anything to do with his age?
Yes, of course.
That was why I asked.
Yeah, but we didn't get his age. If he's elderly, we may need to look at a few other things, but this is not likely to be a heart-related, pain. All right. Chest pain, right-sided. You'll be thinking of a muscular, pain.
Okay,
and
so
if the patient hit, is aggravated by touch, which is different from a heart disease. Heart disease is usually not aggravated by touch, and then by change of posture. All right. Sometimes when they change posture, they'll tell you, I feel better when I stretch, or I feel worse when I stretch, and all those things.
Okay. I'd love to go on, but we have another call. All right. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, I want to speak to the doctor that is on the screen.
Go right ahead. He's listening.
Please, I have a comment to make. There is one of my wife now. She's breastfeeding. Then she normally complains about the right side of her chest. Constant that maybe probably at times you just told me that all of a sudden she carried something and she started feeling kind of little pain somehow. So I just want to know what
Thank you very much.
Okay,
It's the same right side.
Yeah, it's the same right side. It's not likely to be, a heart-related issue. But he mentioned something that the patient, the wife is breastfeeding. Now, if the wife is breastfeeding, it's likely, a breast congestion, okay, congestion of the, breast, the breast milk may not be ruled out here. If the baby is not sucking well, if the the breast milk is not flowing adequately, all right.
Could it also have anything to do with posture while she's breastfeeding?
Yeah, of course, definitely. If the baby is poorly positioned and is not, sucking, maximally, the breast milk is not flowing maximally. The breast can get engorged, and that can cause serious pain.
Okay, let's quickly complete this prevention thing, because this is the crux of the matter. Right. You have spoken about somebody becoming more active.
Right.
What are some of the other things that people could modify in their lives?
Okay, fine. If someone who smokes cigarettes, cigarette smoking is a major killer, and it accounts for is a risk factor for a lot of illnesses, not only heart disease. All right. If someone smokes, we advise that the patient should stop smoking, because that will, greatly cut down the risk of, developing any of these diseases and the risk of death. If someone is hypertensive, or if someone has a family history of hypertension, okay, you already have a family history, you need to, watch it, cut down your salt intake. All right, whether you're hypertensive or not, of course, we're talking about prevention now. So salt intake. And we're getting more, we're becoming a society that our salt, consumption is becoming higher by the day. So cut down your salt.
I need to interrupt you there.
Okay.
We're having another call. It looks like there's a lot of chest pain around. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is this Umar?
Yes, Umar from Yobe.
Can we have your question, Umar?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
We can hear you, Umar. Go on with the question.
Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Go on.
Okay, I'm having a chest pain, so I went to hospital 2 to 3 times and complained. I just, they prescribed some drugs for me, so I'm still with the same thing. Whenever, at times, I can't even sleep because of this chest pain. So I don't know what's exactly happening.
Could you tell us what side of your body you have the pain?
No, it's just center.
Center. Okay. Thank you, Umar. We'll let the doctor take it from here.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. He hasn't given me sufficient information. Central chest pain was at night. Is it
and prevent sleep?
Prevent sleep. The first thing I'll be thinking of is a dyspepsia, what we call dyspepsia adborn.
Okay.
Okay. It's quite common in the night. More gastric secretion, and sometimes it actually wakes up people, at night. So could it be that is what he has? He has not told us the character of the pain. Is it peppery? Is it sharp? Is it squeezing and all those things? Is it related to food and those? So
he needs to see
a doctor for that.
Okay, going on to what we're talking about, modifiable risks.
Right.
Smoking.
Right.
This person should stop smoking, get more active, reduce salt. Is there any other thing?
Yes, the level of the level of exertion, mental exertion, stress management, and this is very important. Okay, stress management is a key because stress is also a risk factor for cardiovascular disease. And in this scenario, we can actually quantify it as mild, moderate, or severe stress, or acute stress, intermittent stress, chronic stress.
Okay, now if a person were to observe all these rules,
right,
would it be like a guarantee that there wouldn't be any heart disease?
It will reduce, it's going to cut down the risk of developing heart disease by up to 80%.
80%?
Yes, because genetics still has a part to play. All right, but then that someone is genetically predisposed does not mean that that person is going to eventually become a heart disease patient if he knows about all these things and prevents them. Cholesterol, I mean consumption of high fatty meals is also another thing, because that will raise your cholesterol level, and then the clogging of the blood vessels will begin to come in and all the rest. If someone is obese, we want to advise that the person should, as much as possible, cut down, see how to, weight reducing measures, okay, to actually reduce the weight of that person.
Now let's say somebody already has heart disease.
Right.
The person already has clogged arteries, maybe not fully clogged, but clogged anyway, and problems have begun to develop. If this person embarks on this lifestyle modification and stops smoking, gets more active, changes his diet, can this problem be reversed? Will the plaque go away? Will the person have bigger passages for blood flow?
Right. Yes, the plaques will. You see, when the person gets involved in these preventive these things we've talked about, the plaques on their own will begin to resolve. The reason being that what we call the blood vessel is like an organ on its own. There's what we call endothelial layer, all right? And the main thing, that is common to all these risk factors for cardiac problems is endothelial, we call it endothelial dysfunction. Now, with exercise, endothelial function will increase, will improve, and that will mean that some hormones will be produced in the body by the endothelium itself to actually increase, that will cause dilatation, increase in the size of the
vessel.
Yes, of the vessel, and with that, of course, increased blood flow. Okay, the plaques themselves will also begin to regress in size. And that's why we say that, okay, people, apart from the medications, which are good, lifestyle modification on its own can help. And of course, when you have these lifestyle modifications in place, it also helps the drugs you're taking. It makes them to function better at the tissue level and reduces what we call insulin resistance. So a lot of things go into play.
Well, I was going to ask you about keeping a heart-healthy environment, which was the theme for the World Heart Day, but there's no more time.
Wow.
However, we've done prevention, and that's great. Thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure having you. It was a pleasure having you also with us. Thank you so much for staying. Have a great day. I'm Mary Alale Yusuf.